And it's not fair that that one person or that one situation has control over all these things that are great to me. Hey everyone, welcome to the Christyn show. So let's talk. So this past Monday, which, I post a just a minute motivation clip just for you to motivate you before the week. And this week I talked about how hurt people. And that I want to get to the point where healed people are healing people, like we're healing each other, that we're not stuck in our hurts, but that we're moving on from hurt to heal. And I said, it got a lot of attention. I'm like, okay, so we need to talk about this. It was so small. I was like, okay, we need to talk about how do we get healed? How do we get there? What's the steps? You talking about their steps? What are they? So I said, the first step for me, I think, is to recognize that you're hurt. It's so many people walking around not even knowing that they're hurt. They don't. Because something happened to them and they just took it, because we got some strong people out here that's just like, okay, whatever, you did that and I'm not hurt, but you hurt. So the first step, we'll have to recognize that we're hurt. And after we recognize that and we know that that's going on, we have to say, okay, I don't want to be in this space anymore. And this another thing, we got to start forgiving. We have to move from hurt to forgiving, so we can be healed. And it's not always easy. Based on the situation, the hurt, the harm, the words that were said, the pain that happened, nothing, I can't say, okay, you can just get healed overnight with these steps and this is going to happen. What we have to do is just do the work. We have to do the work. We have to forgive. We have to love, not for them, but for you. Is very, very, very important. And that doesn't mean I think I was having a conversation and somebody said, well, does that mean that I lose or that they win in this situation? And I'm like, it's not a lose-win situation. You win. You get to win your power back from them, whatever strongholds they're holding on to you, or that pain is holding on to you, that hurt is holding on. You get to release all of that negative energy off of you, and you get to be healed. You don't get to keep walking around with the things that they hurt you with, or the things that they said, or the things that they've done. No longer will we do that. We're not doing that anymore. We are deciding today that I'm not going to be hurt. I'm going to forgive them for me, because I need to move on with my life. I need to be better. I don't want them to have the control anymore, because you give them control of who you are, who you walk out the door to be every day, your attitude, because you're mad about it. And then you also, because I said hurt people, we go hurting other people and not even knowing that we're doing it because we're upset. Our emotions, our hearts are hardened, and we have to get out of that. We have to. So then after that, we have to address the inner pains. So how that made you feel? What does that look like? So I thought, I'm a write it down type person. Forgive me. If y'all have another way, type it up, whatever you want to do. But write down, grab a friend, somebody you trust, somebody that you can confide in, and say, you know what, I'm hurt, but let me write this down. So write down all your hurts, how it made you feel when they hurt you, and then pass it over to them. Let them see it. Let them basically read your mini journal of hurt. And do one. Don't do two. Let's do one at a time, because sometimes it can go, we got to get through one hurt and then the next. We're not going to just pile it on. Let's go one at a time. And after that, I believe if you start getting healed from one thing, that healing just going to start covering some of the other things. We're not going to have to go through all the situations and different things like that. It's just going to be, you know what? I'm healed from this thing, and I love how this makes me feel. And because I feel this way, I'm just going to forgive everything else. I'm going to forgive it, and I'm going to say, you know what? You're forgiven for that. And it's a whole bunch of situations and levels of pains and hurts that are not going to happen overnight. I'm not saying this thing is, it's some stuff. Trust me, I know it's some stuff that you're not just going to heal overnight. You're just not. So I don't want to, downgrade it and make it feel like, okay, well, that person did that to me, so just forgive them and be done. I would like for you to just forgive them and be done. But I'm not sitting in that pain, and I've been in plenty of spots where I've been hurt. And it's been years before I forgave and moved on. But once I said, you know what? I'm going to forgive this and I'm going to move on, because it start having effects on my marriage. It start having effects on my kids. It start having effects on my life, my health, my friends. And I said, I don't like this because this is not me. And it's not fair that one person or that one situation has control over all these things that are great to me, all these things that love me, all these things that want the best for me. So it's not something that I just did overnight. For some situations, I can say, you know what, you hurt me like that. Give me a day so I could deal with my emotions because they're real, my feelings because they're real. And then we're going to figure it out from there. And of course, I have people that I talk to and walk me through them. And if I'm the friend, I'm saying don't minimize the situation. Just understand the situation. Don't tell them that don't make sense what you're saying, or you don't have a valid point. Listen. Because what may not have hurt will hurt you, but may hurt them. So you have to just be understanding of it. So I want to leave you with this quote before I go, because I think this thing is so big that I'm going to bring some licensed therapists in next week, and we're going to tackle as much as we can. But before I do that, and before I talk about all that, I want you to know that the reality of life, and I'm going to read this to you, the reality of life dictates that all of us are either hurting, healing, or getting ready to be hurt. And I want us to be ready, all of us, to be ready for those that's about to be hurt. That if we're healed, right? That the ones that are coming into the hurts, that we can walk them through it. That it won't be years of this of years of hurt that's passed on from generation to generation. So I'm going to bring my favorite therapist on here, which so happen to be my sisters. And I'm going to bring them on here to help me help you. Give you steps of how to get out of your hurt and what that looks like, and some examples and all of that. And if you have any questions that you want to send in that we can answer about being hurt and how do you get out of these situations, send them and put them in my comments. I promise you I'm going to try to get all of them in for the next episode. But I'm going to see you in the next one. And I hope this whole weekend and the rest of the week that you are working on being healed for you. Because that's what you need to do. Because we need to work on getting to where we need to be. And I love you. And I don't just say that. I love you because we need to be out here loving each other and building each other and healing each other. I love you. See you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hey, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you got anything from it, please share it with someone you think it will bless. And make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing to the Christyn Show right here on YouTube. You can download the audio-only version by subscribing to the show on most major podcast platforms. Also, make sure you check out our links in the comments below for more ways to engage with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Christyn Show.